Guten Tag, my name is DMAD and welcome to another installment of Painted Dog Outpost. So, in the last video, I said that I had another project I was working on where I kind of divert away from the Big 5 area as featured in last episode. But in this video, I wanted to start... I don't really know what I'm calling this. It's kind of like a Explorer's Campus, essentially. So I wanted to have kind of this cool, like, almost Wonderland kind of attraction where I have like these interconnected buildings, essentially. I have these what's the word, like kind of like you go into one building, you see like different animals, you have different environments, you have like this campus where it's like you can look on the outside of a building and see a habitat, and you go like to another building, it leads you to the first building. I don't know how I'm gonna explain it, essentially. But yeah, so the first building is simply kind of like a rainforest building. It's a monkey habitat for squirrel monkeys and for capuchin monkeys. So yeah, and a funny kind of story is I used to not be very good at buildings, but eventually I just learned to align everything to the grid, essentially, and it's been working out. So I have some other buildings, but that's a story for another time. Anyways, I wanted to have like a two-tier kind of viewing for the monkeys. So you have kind of these ramps, and you can go up, and you can see them at canopy and ground level. So yeah, and I want this, if possible, I want this kind of habitat, I want this area to be more viewer involved. So comment down below if you have any ideas, any recommendations, or anything in general, really. So yeah, but anyways, I'm just adding, it took me a second because I wanted to get, wanted to have kind of like this little sunroof to allow some natural light in at the top. And also just makes the building look a little cool, so... It was a pain, though, just kind of lining everything up. If you know how to fix that, like... I know some of the pieces, they don't kind of snap to the grid, and you have to adjust them manually. But if there's a way that... It would just be nice. That way everything can look more uniform, essentially. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah. But I do kind of fix this with structural supports later, so... But we'll get to it later. Anyways. Well, get to it later after I finish fitting in all the pieces of the puzzle here, but... Yeah, oh yeah, I wanted to have an exhibit here. I wanted to have another South American animal. I eventually settled on the boa constrictor. I just thought that'd be kind of a... just... cool little other thing you can see in this building. There's going to be like different features. So, but yeah, adding kind of these wooden supports to kind of block off the seams of the glass, the edges of the window. So, yeah. Yeah, this, yeah, see what I mean, where like not everything's uniform. Anyways, I was looking through, trying to find what would be a good... I do use a mod. I use the common or Ecuadorian squirrel monkey mod, so... But yeah, I think it works out. Kind of having a smaller and a slightly bigger species of monkey in the same habitat. And then I wanted to kind of have as many climbing opportunities as I could. So there's different balconies, different walkways, and you're able to view the monkeys through the different paths. That's also kind of important. I want to have like enrichment on the canopy level. That way it entices the monkeys to come up to the glass. So then having the just more what's the word? More of these balconies, essentially. I don't know what to call them. But yeah, and I think it turns out really cool because it's supposed to simulate all the different walkways of a canopy, and I wanted to have these kind of little posts that the monkeys can jump on, which I think they actually do interact with. Now this was hard because obviously I didn't want brush to be sticking out, like branches or anything to be sticking out, so I needed to find a good tree, which I think I did. Have kind of like a little rocky area, and then a lot of, or as much undergrowth as I could. Again, I had to be careful because the leaves would pierce through the stone, so. And then adding the different vines and stuff. So, one of the things I do want to do with this campus, I want to have like a green room, where it's like a walkthrough jungle, almost like the Lied Jungle, or the rainforest building at the Tulsa Zoo, the Lied Jungle at the Omaha Zoo. Just have this big rainforest building that's loaded with not necessarily all tropical plants, but just as many plants, as much green as I can, alright? Anyways, but yeah, adding some vines. I think that this turns out pretty cool. So, yeah. And then on the outside, just kind of having this area. I'll get back to this area later on. This is just something because I want to have as much like guest space and just places where all of this, like, I don't know, is connected essentially. Also adding the structural supports to make it, like, make sense, I guess. Make sense with, like, the, corner of the building. I wish that there was, like, an easier way to, like, more pieces that could, like, loop around. If there are, and I'm not aware, just let me know in the comments. But, yeah. So, also, another thing, another kind of question for the audience is, what do you think I should, like, do you think I should keep it all kind of like the same palette, like that same kind of, like, outer wall, same kind of roof, same kind of pathway, and then, like, just keep that same palette as far as the campus goes? Or do you think I should just kind of go wild, essentially? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, I wanted to have another dedicated staff area. So this is just kind of like, this is going to be the little staff wing of the building, where it's staff only, so. And also I thought it'd be kind of cool because you can have the keeper hut, so the monkeys can they can see their food being made, and the staff can monitor the monkeys from their quarters. So, yeah, what else? This also was kind of hard. I'm getting more of the hang of the grid aligning, though. I know I've had this game for years, and I'm just now getting hold of what might be the basics. I don't know. But yeah, it took me a while to... It doesn't have to be perfect because I put a floor on there. So, it just has to have all of the buildings connect, okay? Everything's connected. It's kind of the theme, what the theme of this campus is going to be. So, anyways, also if you haven't noticed, I want to have kind of a conservation focus, like, interior wall. So, and then a hallway, I kind of leave this hallway alone because the main focus is the monkey building. But having a nice little, like, hardwood floor kind of thing. And then, adding all the walls. I need to have more decoration. I know it doesn't matter because it's a staff area. And then adding kind of this, frame to the door. Just a simple enough, like, frame that the monkeys can't get out of. But then working on the floor because I wanted this to have more of a South American kind of vibe to it. So having, let's see, yeah, I don't know what else to say, but this part I think I liked was adding these, what is it, not lit, but almost decoration. Like, I really had fun doing this building, because everything just aligned together. It was easier than the rock work at the lion habitat in the last video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But yeah, if you enjoy this kind of Planet Zoo content and you want to keep up to date, consider liking or hitting the like and subscribe button. So, just throwing that out there. But, yeah. It is kind of hard when you have the random rotation and it throws off the X, Y, and Z axis things right there, but, oh well. But yeah, I think it's kind of cool. Kind of a cool look, a cool application, and then having the same ones as structural supports. That way the building isn't that way the building, like, it looks realistic is what I'm trying to say. Have those structural supports, but it also kind of adds the supports to the railing, so it's almost kind of like, looks like a fort now that I think about it. Having the trash cans, which are important. Had to lower down the floor so that I could make sure everything's aligning. And then little, yeah. Having the bathroom, because bathrooms are always important. And, yeah. And then there, adding all of that back together. Same flooring. And now I wanted to work on the boa habitat. So this habitat, I didn't want it to just kind of be like an island in the middle of the building. So what I wanted to do was have kind of like a what's the word? Like a little almost hidden kind of temple grotto thing. So I have a little fun with these stones. Kind of making it look architectural almost, especially with like the moss and all that. So, and then, or like a hut almost, just something where like people, they kind of get a little bit of immersion in it. So, oh, let's see. Yeah. And then also, it was kind of easy because I was able to, kind of everything, I don't know. Again, I ramble a lot in these. I'm trying not to have awkward silent parts. But anyways, now for the decoration almost. Having, different artifacts. Not, the feel was supposed to be South American. This is something I really enjoy, is adding those like truck elements, but having like the different butterflies. It was supposed to be South American, but obviously you see I'm adding the Australia pack decorations. So hanging baskets, which I thought were kind of a neat little touch. And then the air vents, just because, so that can look like an actual building. And yeah, now I'm just working on the work zone. We're nearing the end of the speed build section, so as always, I hope you enjoyed the video and will consider liking and subscribing to the channel, as well as following us on our other social media platforms. Linktree in the description below. And share this video out to anyone who likes Planet Zoo builds, interactive or like big immersive buildings almost, or just zoos, animals, and video games in general. I thank you all for watching, and remember, always save your progress, do right by your fellow artists, and inspire and create, for your life is an open world, and you have the controller. Auf Wiedersehen!